Spiral, 2 Jews, 2 mics, 2 hours, starting now.
I'm sorry, I'm being very shambolic today. Is that right?
And how are you defining
right?
shambolic in this context?
I don't quite know. I think it's like slovenly.
Yeah.
Am I slovenly?
Okay.
Is that right? No,
I don't know.
But doesn't it also?
I would never play the shambolic card.
Shambolic, I think. I always thought it implies a certain amount of mystery, like you're kind of a Zen guy.
I go right to shambles.
I think that's the root word.
Yeah.
Or as my father would say,
which has no mystery to it in my mind.
Shambles? I see.
It's just a big fucking mess.
No. You don't understand
A quagmire contains a little more mystery.
That was my favorite show, was the spinoff of Broadmeyer, was Quagmire.
Really?
How funny am I with these puns?
Do I have to rank it?
No, just say how funny. Just go, whoa! I was like, pull the car over and warn me.
I'm holding my arms out for how funny it is, and you can decide how far they're out.
Well, is that like a fish story?
It is.
I think I did this joke until I was 15 or 16. And I knew it was a bad joke.
So at your peak.
I said I caught a fish this big and that wide. Then you hit people.
Oh, good. That's a great. Oh, my God.
The ha-ra, right?
Yeah. No, I can't. If you're slugging people with your jokes, you're in the wrong
It's just
arena.
a terrible joke. No, touching people shouldn't be part of anything I'm doing. Hey, come here and let me operate you like
I had
a
an
puppet.
older brother who loved all the punching punchlines.
What does that mean? He came up and he would shove you in the shoulder?
The Hertz donut.
It hurts, don't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a second. I just thought I came up with that.
No,
I can't do this.
That's what it is.
I know, but I thought I came up with it. That's a sad thing. It's the morning, which you ostensibly think it's go time. I haven't smoked.
The man who gets a joke and thinks he wrote it.
That's exactly what it was. At least I'm copping to it.
Yeah. I mean, what was your choice? Really, what was your choice?
Well, that's why I've always deflected. What seems sad. It seems sad what's happening, what I'm doing on the surface. But then when you see all the humor, I'm mining from it.
Yeah. I understand. Enough.
Okay, rate that sound. Is it a jeer? Is it an uncomfortable snicker?
I would say it's a forced snicker. A forced snicker, yeah.
Remember, I thought you was toward as far as a snicker. All right, I'm stopping.
Wow.
I'm no longer doing what I did a second ago.
Okay.
That wasn't me.
Happy to be here on your new leaf.
Or, you said leaf, and all I could think of was the trouble I'm having with my Nest thermostat.
Wow, that's a big leap that I wouldn't have made.
I told you I wanted to talk about my Nest thermostat.
I know, please do.
Oh, no. But I'm just telling you.
Is the Nest thermostat, that's an Amazon product?
What is Google?
I don't know.
Google's not Amazon.
Google's not
It's a Google
Amazon.
product. And Google's terrible.
Okay.
No, look, I love the guys at Google. I invested in it. Why would I be slamming them? I make 2% on the back end.
Yeah.
But I don't enjoy any of their stuff. I don't like the Google documents that you're constantly sending me.
Which I don't use at all.
I don't like that they're sending me messages. You're almost filled up with your Google room. Why don't you get a Google room? I am not high. But if I did indica.
Is this like your new stand-up book? I'm not high, ladies and gentlemen.
I am not high. Oh, but I'm not high. So I get back to the hotel room.
Let me just soak in that for a second. Okay, go ahead.
I get back to the hotel room, and all of a sudden David Lynch is there with half the cast of Blue Velvet. And
I'm not high.
Hey, Josh. How you doing? You been saving up?
Saving up for what, Andy?
All right, look, I took what was momentum, the momentum that the podcast gods would die for, where we were relating to each other
You think you stopped doing what you're saying you're doing?
Oh, that's kind of like an Agatha Christie mystery to me. only because of the early onset of dementia. That's why everything to me is like an Agatha Christie mystery.
All right, we're gonna,
Andy,
I want to loop back to the Google Nest. That's what I want to do before we get too
All right,
far
loop back because I can't understand it.
So it's good. Is it run in conjunction with a Google? Do you have the Google Assistant, a vocal assistant?
Yes, but I haven't plugged it in. I have that speaker. I have the speaker.
Yeah.
Should I use that?
It seems like they would, but there's probably an app that does everything too. So
I'm apping it. I'm apping it, but it spins around.
It spins around. Wow.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like like a lost ship at sea, the wheel.
No, that's you're thinking of Caddy Corner.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's like that. It's like it keeps, like if I come back 6 hours later and I go onto the app, it's still spinning around. Trying to do something.
Yeah.
So it's not communicating with my home Wi-Fi system, and I don't seem to have luck with Google. But I'll tell you something that I do enjoy, Josh. This is if we were doing right-wing radio.
Please.
My home to computer, my computer, my car to home. Do you have horrible, mean thoughts throughout the day that you're worried you won't record? Well, now with fascist to home. All right, look, it's a premise that's not even existing anymore.
I don't even really know what the reference was, so I was just, I didn't want to get in the way.
What, you remember when the internet first got popular and people would be like, you could, from your office, get on your home computer, one of those deals. Right.
Sure.
So it was always the right-wing people were. So my joke, I'm actually just going into a joke from my act. So the right-wing people, what are they saying that they need to, that they're afraid they're not going to be able to remember,
Yeah.
And boy, it didn't work then. It didn't work then because people don't care. I had so many jokes.
You often operate on the mistaken assumption that everyone's watching what you're watching or listening.
No.
I
think that's really narcissistic. I think maybe I'm slightly no, I'm not slightly passive because I'll still get depressed even if you tell me everyone here is from Guam. They do not know anything about Greg Kinnear. So I went the other way with it.
Yeah. Don't do your Burbank firm bit here in Guam.
You need to level. You need to level with yourself about how horrible the commercials. And I'm telling you, Josh, I've said this to you. I may not get there with you, but it is not television that bothers me. It is the commercial. I'm looking at myself in the mirror, Josh. Like, who's the guy who looked at himself in the mirror and wanted to have sex with himself? This is obviously happening.
Yeah.
Narcissist?
Well,
Narcissus?
Narcissus was he looked in a mirror so much as in the water, in the pond.
Right, and then he couldn't get the thing up the hill. He's like, someone.
Exactly. And then
can I push myself up the hill?
And then his mighty hammer flew into his hand.
Don't talk about that because I'm working. Did you get my Thor spec script?
I did. And I'm not sure that the 1970s newsroom is the place to put him, but
it's a goddamn prequel, asshole. No, that's not what they even call it, is it? It's a prequel? It's a prequel, right?
It's a prequel.
Prequel.
Yeah.
I'm great at those comic book characters.
Yeah.
See, I have a lot of ideas for superpowers. It's nervous guy. He can't stop being nervous. Hey, I got another one. Anxiety disorder guy. I just obviously saw the Marty Fish documentary. I did see all the things that you told me to see, all of the Untold.
Yeah, I did.
Pretty much. They were all great. I think they're all great.
Yeah.
But now I can't remember. But I didn't see Tammy Faye Baker, so I'm lying about everything. But I've seen a number of them.
That wasn't Tammy Faye Baker. That was Caitlyn Jenner.
Right. No. I'm mixing up the movie that was just made.
Yeah.
Where a lady plays Tammy Faye Baker, and she's talking about how who's the lady? Is it Christine Witherspoon? I'm delighting myself.
Are you
with my new character, spaced out guy, space cadet.
Yeah, you're your own base.
Oh, Josh.
So now, since you started using the Nest, do you start getting like Google ads for sweaters and things?
I don't. Where would I get those? My relationship with Google is mostly this. What, you want to go on with Google? You want to go on as Google? Do you want to go on as Facebook? Do you want to go on as Apple? Or do you want to go on as yourself? And I always say, At that point, I give up on it. But no, I do go on Azalea myself.
Wow.
What am I doing,
What
John?
kind of a gibber
What am I
string
doing?
was that?
Oh my God. I had to take my own glasses off and wipe my own brow. I'm not even sweating. I'm just trying to figure out why.
The nonsensical confidence you had was really took me aback.
I'm a Rube Goldberg of boring things. This boring thing happens. Then that goes to another boring thing.
Wow.
Whew. Hey, you know what? I got to say, woo. All I can think of now, it keeps coming into my head that I keep meaning to call you back or something and say, you know, Josh, I just wanted to let you know that I understand what your point was about the bagels.
That you don't need to get a dozen, that point?
Right.
Yeah.
But then I have a whole thing with you. But here's the problem, Josh, I say to you on my walks.
Yeah, okay.
To go to a bagel shop, you have to get there in the morning. And I don't see a time in my life where I'll be strolling at 9 in the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always going to be in the afternoon. I just have to accept the fact that it's not bagel time when I go out.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to admit to you, Josh, don't tell my wife, don't tell my diabetes coach.
Yeah.
I have eaten at that CVT, whatever it's called.
That ice cream?
soft serve.
That ice cream truck?
Yes. Yes.
How often?
I think it averages out to once a week.
Wow.
I have type 2 diabetes. I have it.
Oh, yeah.
He's got it.
What's
Oh, I feel a little funny. Look, if I up my Crestor, right? Isn't it all a numbers game?
What's funny is like that truck is like a symbol of willpower to me. I have been driving by that truck for like 4 years and I still have yet to stop.
Is that why?
And I really want one. I really do.
Oh, you haven't gone? Oh, it's very good. It's very good. Every time I go by, I hear, willpower, it's now or never, give your love to me. I'm sorry. I just had to do that.
Yeah.
But there's another thing I want to talk to you
So
about.
how about this is my piece of
Okay. Advice?
yeah.
2 cents?
Yeah. Bagels or ice cream.
Well, oh, no. I can't have you. Well, no, you're right. You're right. Also,
That's my point about the buying a dozen is that you've just by buying a dozen you're conceding to 2 more weeks of bagel eating, you know?
are you doing the Seinfeld thing?
No.
You know, you're
No,
wearing
I don't.
sweatpants. You're telling the world I give up. I like that joke. I can't like a joke and you have to, but you're right. You're absolutely right. But I freeze the bagels though. That's the only thing I want to tell you in my own defense.
Well, I would think so.
But they're gone now.
No, he
And
picks them up on the counter and bangs them like a rock until they shatter.
No, here's the thing. I'm done with that last batch.
Yeah.
All I can think of every morning is, I don't have my bagel anymore. I'm like a rat in a laboratory cage, but not as giving as a
Eat some
rat.
fucking oatmeal or something, for fuck's sake.
No, that's, I swear. Is that where it's come down to? Look, I'm wrong because I eat 2 pints of keto ice cream in the morning. Oh, I'm the bad guy. What do you know? It's funny though.
I had an ice cream streak a few weeks ago because I discovered that those single service little things are literally the only snack food in the world where a single serving is the right amount for me.
Is this the gourmet ice cream?
No, just like a little Ben and Jerry's, those single scoop.
Oh, those
cup
little
things.
cups,
Yeah.
those cups.
Literally, that's enough ice cream for me,
Also, figuratively.
and figuratively.
No, I know what you mean. It's not, but I can. No, you're right. Everything is like if I did. I think I'm generally, for example, I haven't had a Coke, any soda. I've had only diet soda since.
That's good.
Yeah. What are you, my father?
I am. I'm your diabetic angel on your shoulder.
My grandfather was diabetic. My father, I don't know what I think my father was like, they didn't do A1Cs back then.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems like a new thing just from my outsider perspective.
And I have to say, Josh, it's a little disappointing to have a disease where they just go, now you have it. Or, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Sounds like a racket.
I
to
think
me.
someone said pre-diabetic some time back.
Oh, did you? Okay, I sent you this after I sent you the other script. It's about it's a superhero it's a prequel about a superhero who's a pre-diabetes too, and his superpower, he can shoot metformin out of his ass. I'm sleepy. Oh, we've done an hour so far. No, you haven't, you idiot. You haven't even done a half hour because you had to make 10:30 into 10:40 and then text at 10:40.
I just want to make sure you're not eating, like, you're not spite eating towards diabetes.
No. First of all, me and the wife, and I call her the wife because it sounds wrong.
Yeah.
We have yogurt every day, and we don't have yogurt with sugar in the yogurt. We have plain yogurt with fruit and almonds, and good for berries. Berries.
Good. All good.
With almonds. And then I have fruit throughout the day.
Well, that's not so good.
I want you to kiss my Jewish ass.
Try
what I'm
nuts.
saying?
Try some nuts throughout the day.
You know what? I'm going to win. You know why? Because I read a book that says you can beat diabetes and eat the sweets. And
by Milton Hershey.
You know what? It's almost like, it's not to this level, but it is like coffin nails with me. Sweets. I just can't believe I was, a year ago, it seems, walking around World Market, soliciting candy ideas, not even understanding that there could be any connection
What about
at
Luxembourg?
Hey, what's Havala? Have you tried this Havala at the World Market?
It's like sweet sand. It's delicious.
Oh, don't worry about it. I eat 47% chocolate. It's fine. Look, we know, and you know, and I know. I'm going to get my numbers checked very soon, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah,
it's time to take action. I'm no longer scared of going into doctors' offices. I wasn't scared. I just wasn't going into them.
Right.
But I feel it's safer there than anywhere.
A bus station, yeah.
Yeah. Why does it have to be one or the other?
It doesn't. I think there's grades, but
I still feel you had more of your Google to talk about Google. Have you had a thing with Google? I mean, are you selling? I mean,
no. I was just searching for material, and it seemed like the giant mega corporation was a rich target, but it didn't turn out that way.
Here's the problem. Hey, Nest, a learning thermostat? Let me get this straight. Shouldn't the thermostat already be educated?
How hard is it to learn up and down?
Here's the thing that's so sad about all this. My father was a gas and heating contractor, yeah. And then he had sold gas and heating supplies. I should know all about these things. I know. You know what I don't enjoy, Josh?
No, you shouldn't.
No, I shouldn't. You're right. But you don't program your.
You know who wouldn't know anything about these internet-based thermostats?
Who's that?
Your father.
My father was but my father was proud of being a terrible plumber. I mean, he knew he was a terrible plumber.
No, I just mean, think if he had to learn an entire new paradigm of technology. Do you think he would have?
Oh, yeah, because my dad could type and he could already understand the computer and he was already looking for software people back in the old days. But then it just was passed him by and it wouldn't even try. My mother, though, from age 50 on, had us draw maps and circuit boards and demonstrations, and she never learned anything.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something right now. I can go any direction you want. I have a lot of booster material.
Yeah.
I have my shingles say, wow. And I'm turning. I can't believe we're not doing a whole show about this.
Yeah.
I'm turning 65. I won't turn 65. I just wrote that song.
Yeah. Was that to the tune of Sammy Hagar?
Yes, and why do I know that things I'm going to say? You know how I was saying normally for a month?
I did.
And
I
that,
do remember that.
Yeah, and now I think about it, and I
just keep note that was before we took a break.
yeah, and I feel with self-loathing now when I think about it.
Yeah,
because I'm like the guy who thinks he's funny, but he's just like obnoxious,
right?
And he won't let it go.
Right, but see, that is healthy self-loathing.
Oh, no, I'm all for it. Oh, no, I don't want to be too good to myself if it stops me from doing
There's plenty of things you should let yourself off the hook for. That ain't one of them.
Right. My early love for Seals and Crofts.
Yes.
Have some empathy for that.
Let it go. We've all
I do love myself for that.
There.
Yes. But still,
you know who would say to love yourself for that?
Who?
The Baha'i.
And
little something for you Seals and Crofts fans out there.
that's inside Seals and Crofts ball. And one of the top 5 or 10 songs written about hummingbirds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it almost sounds like they're creating a hummingbird.
What was it that was hummy in my tummy?
Hummingbird, don't fly away, oh hummingbird.
I'm so happy I don't know that song.
Hummingbird, don't fly away, oh. And it has that sound like, ooh, don't you see the flapping of the wings to the music? That's
one of those perfect, inevitable gaps of my age. Like, there's no way I could have heard that song when I was 2.
Hummingbird, don't fly. Oh, well, you do this one, though. You do know We Shall Never Pass This Way Again, right? That's their second follow-up hit.
But I kind of, there's some songs I know just from, a lifetime of hearing K-Tel commercials.
That's true, because where would you have heard the Seals and Crofts?
So I know We Shall Never Pass This Way Again. That much I know, but I don't know that I could,
But this part's worse. I want to dance while the dancing is groovy, or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
I hate myself for liking them. No. I love myself. I love little Andy. Who would feel
I love
abandoned.
him a little less after the hitting gags.
What are the hitting gags?
The thing you were talking about earlier, where it went this far, this wide, and you hit someone. That thing.
That's the fun. You say it, and I'm still thinking, if they don't see it coming, and let's say you have 2 big guys next
slug
to you.
bug, shit like that.
And you have 2 big tall fellers, boom, in the balls, and you're walking off to the buffet area, doing something else funny.
I saw little Andy doing speed bag on someone's giant testicles at eye level.
I'm over all of those. I always say I didn't see those Warner Brother things, but I've seen cows carved up into a skeleton. I've seen eyelids popped open with a toothpick. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
It just hasn't stayed with me.
I understand.
And what could be more boring?
Speaking of seeing it all, I watched all of the Muhammad Ali documentary, the Ken Burns.
I watched the first 10 minutes, and then Susan said I can't watch much more of it right now, but I will watch it. But please tell me about it.
Well, I can only tell you about it in terms of there's something about Ken Burns where it's like it's so fucking boring and yet hypnotically informative.
Yes, because he can include so much.
Ali is certainly a compelling character. I don't know that 8 hours of it was necessary, but for me, But there's
there's just a
thing of every single Ken Burns doc could be sort of intercut into like the Godfather saga was in the 70s for TV, where it could all just be one 30-year long movie about America.
And it has a thing where his meandering, it just seems like he's doing a lot of coverage on things, and that he doesn't necessarily. But he seems like you ever see him when he comes on shows? He has this kind of like a cat. He's a without maybe thinking about it even. He's like a character in a way. Yeah,
he is. Yes. And his whole sort of dean of American documentary is a little bit off-putting to me, but he's pretty much sucked up all the PBS oxygen for 30 years.
Yeah, if you, don't get in that racket. But I do love Muhammad Ali, and I'm past the in general, I'm past the it only took me to 65 to get past that. Your heroes can be many sided, just like you are,
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. But I would really enjoy watch. I probably really enjoy it. But then again, I don't gravitate towards it, and I would watch 20 hours of Muhammad Ali, but not sure if I want to watch it curated by Ken Burns.
The good thing about it, and this could also be the bad thing about it if you don't give a shit, is seeing the fights. They do a good job
that's cool.
Of actually, you have, as someone who wasn't around to watch young Muhammad Ali, you understand better what he was as a fighter and why it was special.
Especially that, you couldn't,
and how it changed over the years.
Oh, definitely, because the thing when he came back and won against Foreman, I think I've told you the story. If I haven't, I could have gone to see Muhammad Ali fight George Foreman on closed circuit TV, but I was such a Muhammad Ali fan. I was so worried that he was going to lose.
Yeah.
I thought George Foreman was going to clobber him.
Yeah.
I didn't go. And it was...
that would be a better story if you had tickets in Zaire.
Well, the Thriller in Manila... No, it's not that. It's the Rumble in the Jungle.
Yes.
And I think it's 75 or 74.
I'm going to say 74.
So, I was in... wait a second. It was the fall of 74, Josh.
Yeah.
I know this is going to sound stupid, but I was in my...
Andy's having a sense memory. Fall of 74. Young Andy in his dorm room.
Chad and Jeremy, right? And it's gonna be upstate New York. And little Andy Kindler. And when I say little, I mean probably not a full 5.5 yet.
Still waiting for his spurt.
And we're not talking about sexually. No. So, yes, it was the fall of that year, my first semester at school. And I missed so many things when I was at school because we didn't really huddle around the TV. But that one, I always kick myself. But it's stupid. Everything that you feel regret for, ultimately, if you have OCD and all this stuff that I have, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, missing a live telecast in 1974 seems like it could probably just be scratched right off the list.
Yeah, like forget it already.
Like I said,
right?
If you had tickets to Zaire and went, I can't watch.
Say it one more time.
This.
I'll never forget my friend Bill Kaufman, who's my comedy partner. Do you remember Roberto Duran? I think it was the last fight. I don't even think it was the No Mas fight, but it was some fight where like Roberto Duran against Sugar Ray Leonard, and Roberto Duran was not fighting or something. Yeah. And Bill turned to me and goes, I wouldn't break this fight up if I saw it in the street. That's just a little view into which fight is that? That's not the. I don't know if that is the No Mas.
It might
fight.
be the Uno Mas fight,
which was a fight, right?
So. I wasn't that tuned into middleweight boxing as a 10-year-old. I have to say.
That's true. I was because I was 40.
I was more aware of Sugar Ray Leonard from TV commercials and shit.
Well, that's good. Hey, you know who I still have Joe Namath in my ear. You this could be something that you are entitled to.
With the uncertainty of the virus, you need to get everything you're entitled to.
I think he wrote that. Come on. He ad-libbed it? With the uncertainty. Joe, can you say again? What?
Is there another part of the sentence we can inject some fear into?
Did he have a good time? What do you think? Is that what he says at the beginning of that commercial? Did he have a good time? Josh, you know how many weeks I am?
Things in these things, Andy.
Do you know how far away I am?
Here's my big commercial beef the past few days. There's an Anderson window commercial. You might have seen it. Where there's this woman, interviewing an Anderson window official in a home. And it's all window replacement. That's what it's for. But what bothers me is that the woman is wearing glasses with clearly no glass in them. So she's doing a window replacement commercial with windowless glasses.
Ow, it's not TV. Not TV. It's those commercials that get me. It's not TV. Not TV. It's those commercials that get me.
That's very funny. I don't mean that like condescending, like it sounded.
No, I know.
That's funny.
But now
it is.
Wondering.
No, I didn't mean it like you're less than me, Josh, because you.
I felt okay with the laugh, and then you.
No,
really
I didn't mean it like.
I felt like I was on shaky ground with that.
I didn't mean it like you're dead to me. Oh, sorry. Chaotic Neutral says, "This is gonna be me on my deathbed." Come on, Josh, come closer. Seth the third says, "Oh." Susan comes running in. What happened? It's your fault.
He said, "Tell Susan I love her."
You liar! I don't know why she'd be upset. She's not upset because you know why? Just look at the insurance. You know how much money it's worth it more at these prices.
Why you're worth more than I?
It is. I'm getting them warmed up. You know, I'm starting to get into the Christmas mood.
It is. It is the It's a Wonderful Life impression season coming up.
How's it going, CVS? You feeling pretty good this year? Hello, Walgreens. Hey, Walmart. I would have thought they would have. How are you still in business? Shut up, Andy. Don't do the impression if you can't do it. Oh, Zuzu. Shut up, Zuzu.
That was Gomer Pyle as a Walmart greeter. I couldn't quite figure out what was happening.
I can't believe that show didn't go another 20 years. Surprise, surprise, surprise. No, that was
sorry.
That sound was wrong.
I got nothing. Yeah.
That sound was wrong. That sound was like almost like a.
I actually felt your Gomer Pyle impression drifting off into space.
And also, coming from someone who's not rock solid to begin with, you know what I mean? I'm drifting off before I do the impression.
I understand.
What?
I've been writer headed a lot lately.
Okay, what is going on? Can you talk about your projects?
I don't want to talk about the actual projects, but the fact that I've been writing a lot puts me in a different space. And like most writers, I hate writing, but I'm suspicious of those who don't always.
Yes.
But what I do like about writing, I guess, is that it makes me walk around with like writing becomes the problem in my life.
How do you mean?
Where my mind would normally be going to my actual problems in life. My mind now goes to the problem I have to solve in the thing in front of me, or even when it's not in front of me. I would say I still think about problems just as often, but becomes the problem.
And how long now? Do you have I know I'm always overvaluing what you do, not overvaluing it, but overestimating that you're better at it than you're better. I know that you're better at it, but I'm talking about you're better at dealing with the vicissitudes or whatever of hating it than I am, but that may not be true.
Well, it's baked in for me.
Right. Okay. So you're more sanguine.
Despite hating writing, I did do it for a living, or have done it for a living for a great long time. So
you're not on trial, Josh. I don't know. You sound like you're on trial.
I feel like I'm on trial. I'm writing.
I assure you. I strike that. Okay. But here's my question. How many, do you do it a certain amount of hours a day? I mean, or do you do, I mean, it's like, do you know, how do you, I don't understand the organizational, are you self-generating it? Well, you can't talk about it.
What do you mean? Am I self-generating it?
Okay, shut up. Just because I said something that was irrational?
I was just asking what you mean.
Well, no, because I realized the questions I might ask would be like, what are you doing? You know, is this something you're being paid to do? You know, it's like those questions you can't answer really. So I guess I'm just wondering what it's like to have a job that you have to do, because I've been avoiding it.
It has been a blend. There was one thing I was working on where I was getting paid. There's another thing I'm working on in the hopes of getting paid.
Right.
Like it's a pitch I'm working on.
Cool.
And then a third thing that's sort of in between. that's working with somebody and kind of rewriting their thing.
How do you juggle? I mean, do you feel like you've been? That's not hard to juggle those things, or it's like
no, it
more
is
fun to do it.
I'm not good at any of this really until it's done, and then I go, oh, it's not bad. But my theory about writing is there's three good hours in you in a day of writing.
I think you answered the question that I was actually asking: was how much do you put into it?
But let me finish. I very rarely get those 3 hours of writing done in 3 hours.
Makes sense to me.
I often, and more often than not, that 3 hours of good writing takes place over the course of 12 hours.
And I think, that makes total sense. And then do you ever have to say, well, I almost always have to have something in the background. It becomes white noise to me, but do you ever say, okay, now I can't, I got to turn off.
Well, my lifelong habit has been to always have the TV on.
Yes.
Like my lifelong habit has been to always have the TV on. But I find when I actually start writing, I mute the TV,
Yes, because you really can't split your mind, especially you can't split it up if you're really concentrating.
Yeah.
So you can block it out sometimes. Some people can just block it out and they don't even have to mute it. I hate the whole idea of having to mute it, and I don't like knuckling down. I don't like getting down to business.
No, a great portion of my life has been trying to get myself to knuckle down. When I finally actually addressed the underlying ADD of me and did get Adderall going for a while, which I haven't kept up, it did help.
You sound like it's something you have to pursue, like a sport.
No, I just I don't like taking anything regularly all that much. So
right.
So I only
I do.
So I take so when I'm I just have to do another prescription with my doctor, and I just haven't. But it does help me stay on the horse for a while.
Yes,
that's about all. That's the difference I've noticed with it. It doesn't make me speedy, but it does make me, and it won't make me start. But
right.
But once I've started, it keeps me on the horse longer.
And when you're saying the horse, you're not saying heroin.
I'm not saying heroin.
No, you're saying keeps you focused as the drug is supposed to do. I also enjoy Nuvigil and Provigil. Why am I saying any of this? I wish I had I wish I could switch them up more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think that, but I'm actually, after all these years, I've adjusted. I'm happy with my dose of Adderall.
Yeah, that's good.
I know that sounds boring, but it's a result of not thinking that I'm a criminal.
Right. That's good.
Well, you don't have that part, right? Where you go, oh, I shouldn't be doing, they're going to take this away from me.
No, I'm more worried about my own, like I feel at this point I trust myself, but I've always believed that any sort of, pill that isn't pure, chemical medicine, that has anything to do with your brain, can be a slippery slope if I agree with you. If it scratches an itch that you need scratched. So I felt, I've taken it enough over a few years on and off that I know I'm not like, I gots to have it, and I know that it doesn't, taking one doesn't make me want to take a second one. So,
but you can feel the feeling. I know the feeling.
And I don't even feel, no, I mean, to me, I think if I was really feeling it, I would be more worried. I notice more, it's much more in the proof in the pudding sort of thing than it is in the, I feel good kind of a thing. Cause, I feel good worries me,
Right.
But, the other thing is that, I went 40 some years without ever addressing it. And so I had built my own methods of actually getting things done when it was necessary,
Right. That is just amazing. The time period we grew up in, and that even you grew up in, a lot of your friends weren't getting prescribed for ADHD, even at your age, right?
Yeah.
Hello? Am I wrong? You can tell me I'm wrong.
No, I don't remember anyone being on Ritalin or Adderall when I was a kid.
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, riddle me this. I just came up with that. You can have it. Hello?
Hello.
I know that there's a lull right now, but I was on to something, and now all I can think of is that I'm, I'm so tired of the negative voice in me. I'm more tired of it as if in the sense that if it was a TV show, I would stop watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's an old record, and I know what's going on. But there is light at the end of the tunnel with it.
Yeah, I find
And I'm saying death.
Yeah, I understand. I think you're being optimistic about the light being there.
Well, it gets further dark, you
It's
think?
just a tunnel for you, yeah.
And then maybe a wall.
It might be just a tunnel painted on a wall, Roadrunner style.
I just want to add that. I just got the expression, and you're going to think I'm lying,
Yeah.
but I just finally got the expression yesterday or 2 days ago about what the proof is in the pudding means.
Yeah.
Now you're going to say, how could you be using it without knowing what it meant?
Yeah.
And so to me, it was like, I got generally what it meant,
Right.
but you can't describe how great your pudding is. The proof is the fucking pudding. I don't need to curse. The proof is in the pudding. You can't say, oh, I got to tell you, I got the greatest pudding. And it's this and it's that. And you don't even have to taste it. No, you have to taste it.
Yeah.
You think I somehow have blown it again?
I think you've taken some of the elegance out of the expression.
Well, how do you see it?
No, I think that's it. You just got, you don't know until
Take the elegance.
You don't know it. You don't know until you try it. Is really what it means. Until you execute your idea, you don't know what the fuck's going.
Right, and so I think I'm adding an epistemological element to it, and every 3 days I forget what that word means.
I think you're adding a Norm Crosbological element to it.
You know, it's unbelievable. Like Pavlov, I don't know if was it Pavlov's dogs or was it Pavlov who would jump to attention whenever his dogs.
They never talk about how much Pavlov was actually salivating when the bell rang.
Right. And they never talk about his electric can opener little kitty experiments. Now, does your doggies, when they hear the electric can opener, they have any reaction?
No, because it has nothing to do with them. And we don't have one, so.
I know. What decade am I in? So you put a Swanson dinner in for the dog.
Even as a kid, I was like, that seems like way too much counter space for this job.
It does. It really does. Oh, so you want your can opener permanently connected to your? Where's your colander that hangs off of a thing?
The first time you have to try to get it in there twice, you've lost the point of having an electric can opener.
It does. But here's the trend that does trouble me. It's this whole thing. I've told you the Rachel Ray. I don't understand how you make the transition from, hey, I was not good at the people food. Hey, think about me for your animals.
All right.
I don't understand that transition. And I don't understand this. Well, I kind of do, but it's like, and keep it in the refrigerator with your food. What's going on, Josh?
All right.
What's going on?
Well, do you want real theories or comedy theories?
I want real theories.
All right. With Rachel Ray, you're looking at it wrong. Her tack is, you trust me so much.
Right. That's true.
You'd take what I feed to your dog.
I don't trust. I just want to go on the record saying I don't
think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. I'm just saying that's where it's coming from.
We've even tried a couple.
It's not like I failed at human food. Now let's go down the ladder. I don't think that's what's going on.
That's not how not how she pitched it.
Well, I know that's how you take it, and that's the risk she runs.
Yes, just the association between the two foods.
Right.
If you like my people food, maybe your dog will like this.
And as for the food so real you have to keep it in the fridge for your dog. Well, dog owners are a gullible lot, and I understand.
But is there truth to the fact that it's like that your dog or anyone's dog would appreciate the French style of service, for example?
No, but the dogs do enjoy a little bit of variety. I do know that. Some dogs don't. Some dogs are just snarf it down every day till the bowl is empty.
Hey, you make it sound sad to me.
But my dogs are a little more cat-like. They're a little more, I don't know about that. I think you need to sweeten the deal.
This is so good. This is really making warming the cockles of my heart to hear about my friends Clyde and Lucky and their goings on.
Yeah, and they switch off with their Michigas. So
let me tell you something, and people don't know.
Lucky's difficult in the morning. Clyde's difficult in the evening with eating.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Lucky's like just moody?
She's a little moody. Some mornings she doesn't want it. Clyde's the same way at dinner time sometimes.
This is so good. Where is your show after painting with John Laurie?
Yes.
This is so I'm telling you,
this
you
is
are
it. Andy, you're on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. How are we doing? No, I think that you are I'm not saying you're the world's great. I mean, why would you even have to have the world's greatest dog owner?
No, I certainly would not enter myself into that competition either.
Yeah, but you're
considering how overdue for shots both my dogs are right now.
Well, that's just neglect.
Yeah,
there's two issues.
Okay, good.
like
If we're separating love and neglect, then
yes, my father would neglect the car, for example.
Yeah, but that didn't mean he didn't love the car.
No, he didn't love the car. It's a set. He didn't love the car. He didn't love He didn't love his tools. My father.
Did he ever have a car he loved?
I think that I'm trying to think. Well, my mother liked cars.
Yeah.
Because we at one point when my dad retired, they got a Jaguar, which they were so excited about. But my dad, I don't think cared.
Yeah. But it was your mom's dream car.
Well, she had more of a sense of aesthetics. She was an antiques dealer.
Right.
So, that was her dream car. Yes. And it was a beautiful car, but it was a terrible car.
Did he get her a 2-door or a 4-door?
It was XJ6.
Which is a 4-door, yes? Or is it the long 2-door?
I wonder if I wouldn't have put it past my mother to say, look, they'll climb in or they won't climb in. But I seem to think that it was 4-door.
Didn't you?
No, but it's a long time ago.
Okay.
It was 1986.
Right.
I'm an old man, Josh.
All right.
And did you see that movie, Citizen Kane? He can't remember anything except that he liked toothpaste, Rosebud toothpaste. Come on, tell me.
I just watched it's a 4-door, by the way, the XJ6.
It is a 4-door.
Yeah.
I realized it had to be.
Yeah.
I actually now can see the back seat.
Okay, good.
You know what it means, though? The back seat was not extremely comfortable. You could not put back seat. I don't even think you could do back seat middle.
It looks like it could. It looks like a sizable car.
I guess that's why they put me there.
I always get the hump.
I don't understand it, Mom. Don't complain. You could get I like jokes from the turn of the century that were all involving killing children.
Mm-hmm.
Not this century. The 1900s.
But with 3 kids, you would have, and you were the youngest, you would have gotten the hump all the time.
I don't think I had any power at all. And my brother was bigger than me.
Right.
My sister was smarter than me.
Right.
And but I do remember feeling like I'm going to call the seat. You know.
Yeah.
That was about, which I think is Mussolini-like.
Right.
I'm calling the seat.
Well, there's only so much power you have as a child. You take it where you can get it.
They called me Il Duce. Il Duce. I gotta tell you, even though the hammer's going to drop, the hammer could drop on the phone call. I just want to say to you, Josh Elvis Weinstein, I really enjoyed the Google Nest banter. I really enjoyed the app. Jen, in many ways, my problem is I am too much of a gentleman. Perhaps I am too elegant in my treatment of women. I come from a small city near Sicily, and when we would see a woman, my ancestors would go, bella, bella, si, and then we would stick our fingers, and this was a tradition. We would shove our fingers in the middle of the woman and go, we would put our fingers and go, stick it right into the woman's kashkakunga, because she was a bella, 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 bella. I just came up with a funny idea. You ready?
Sure.
Gavel McLeod.
Yeah, he's a judge.
I would like you to be impressed that I was on time. Or not even on time, 1 minute late. I mean, on time in the on time pocket.
Okay. I mean, good job being on time in your house.
It's not in my bedroom, asshole.
Nice work. Yeoman's work.
So anyway, it's a show about a judge, and he's a tough judge.
Yeah.
But he's also funny, and he has a crush on Mary.
Okay. I like
It's called Gavel McLeod.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay. If everything goes south today,
Okay.
I will do my, I've added something to my Jack Klugman impression.
Accuracy, perhaps?
No, I haven't added
okay.
anything. I just think I can always summon this. God damn it! He never said "God damn it."
No, he didn't.
And now I'm gonna. His assistant was. It was like the bum bum ba da ba dum bum ba bum.
No.
I'll never be able to remember who's. I never heard the name of the actor. Oh, is that the Quincy music? That sounds like. Do you still like this one? Bum ba ba dum ba ba dum ba ba da ba da ba da ba da ba doo.
That's a fucking all timer.
Here's my impression of the guitar, though.
Yeah.
I want to be in that band so bad.
It's a badass band of studio cats.
Oh my god! It could be better than the actual show.
And it's a pretty good show.
It is a good show. I think it's unfair what I said. I like that show.
I'm saying the theme is in fact that good.
Something James. Bring it home for me. Isn't that the name of the guy? Eddie James.
I don't know. I looked up the name of the bass player a couple times, and it didn't stick with me.
Were you surprised when I sent you, immediately after a show, I sent you smiling faces?
Yeah, I posted it on our thing.
Of course I heard it. I'm back to my old tricks, Josh. You know what my old tricks are?
What's that?
No homework, listening to nothing, not being prepared for the show as you've warned me.
No, I didn't post it on that. I posted it on our Twitter feed. I didn't.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. But no, I don't think you're listening. I don't have any expectation that you're listening.
I listened to our show on double speed.
You're waiting for me to get angry again. I know that. I know your game.
Let me tell you something. You couldn't be more accurate because that's what unhealthy people do. They use that. You figure, okay, we had that big. What's a Donnybrook? No, what's a?
I don't know what we had. I wasn't actually. It wasn't actually a fight, and I wasn't actually mad that you were listening until you were like steadfastly refusing, like it was an asshole thing to ask.
No, that's right. Because I really do remember that now. I do remember that. Very often over the last couple of weeks, I get a little feeling of when I was like, I haven't looked at the homework. I haven't looked at the homework guy.
All right.
I don't even know what you have questions. I don't even know where you're getting them from. I don't remember these questions. I could ask a question to figure out what you're doing, but I don't run this. I don't run this outfit.
I remember hearing a story, and I don't know if it's true or not, but it was a story about how Harry Shearer used to walk into the Simpsons sessions and make a big show out of unsealing his script for the first time.
I hope that's true. I love that kind of thing. Look, guys, I don't know if you know. I'm going to do that next time I go to Bob.
You guys are adorable with your preparation and all.
Yeah, I'd be at Bob's go, what are we doing, guys? I don't know what we're doing. I don't even know. I don't know what I'm going to say. What? You know what? Even when the words are in the script and I know what I'm going to say, I don't know. That's not my part of my process.
Right.
Guys, I'm so in the moment that I refuse to even look at words. Okay, this character is. I don't know if it's a character. You know what my problem is? I don't have full characters. I don't come at you with the, how you doing, young man? I'm over here.
It's because by the time you're ready for the impression, you forgot what inspired it.
I haven't seen you in a lot. How is the? I'm trying to get into this voice.
You're doing Harry Shearer now. That's the weird part.
Oh, gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. Oh, what are we doing here? Harry, we're doing the script.
Welcome to.
We always do the script.
Welcome to affectation.
What do you call that? It's not affectation, but that guy, the sitcom director who was the son of a acting person who I knew at my college, and he would say, he would do this joke over and over. All right, let's take it again from the pilot. What's that called?
Tired.
And tell me again what it's called when everyone's talking about Wings, and I say, Wings! No one's seen that show, right? That show's like one of those shows people say they watch, and excuse me, I'm going to have to stop you. I'm David Lee. I am here to direct Raymond this week. But I couldn't help but notice, since I'm an inch from your ear, that you were putting down the show I created.
Yeah.
Which is called Wings.
Right. Well, in comedy terms, that's called a Kindler.
Hey, you know what they call that? Tuesday. Right?
Right.
Why won't you laugh more at me? God damn it. If I come up with the effort to do a bad
I never
bit,
laugh at the effort. That's the thing.
That's the problem.
Yes.
That's the problem. That's why I thought this was like The Voice, where you really, if you put your time into it.
All right. You've never watched The Voice.
I feel like I have, because I've seen all the promotions.
Yeah.
Sunday, they go Monday and Tuesday. Come on, guys. What do you have to do that you can't wrap it up in one night? Is it the finals? I'm on today, Josh. Get me a comedy club with this topical material.
Andy Kindler's on The Voice of a Generation.
Have you heard my idea? It's okay. It's a mask, and also they have to put you're inside a lead chamber.
The gagged singer.
What's that?
The gagged singer.
Yes. The gagged singer. The gagged and he can't breathe singer. And he's in underwater, and it's a Houdini thing. And the kids love it. I get mad at you sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I think that you're right about The Voice. But then I'm thinking, oh, wow, they're really trying to get all the humanity juice out of this show. They're all, every time they go laughing, and they go, who's the guy who goes, push it back. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. You're leaving me out to dry.
No. Enjoy your time on the clothesline, my friend, because.
No. Push it back. It's, what's his name? Blake Edwards? Blake Lively? Blake Wexler? Blake. What is his name? Somebody Blake. He's handsome. Yeah. And he's Southern.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
And you've completely driven his real name out of my head. But it is Blake.
It's right. Blake Edwards.
Blake Shelton.
It's not the person who directed 10 and is probably dead
Edwards.
now?
No, it's not.
Right. So, he's going, and they're
it's
just
not Robert Blake. And you can take that to the bank.
Take that to the bank. Here's the show, Dig. It's me in jail, and I'm trying to get some other celebrities out, Dig. Have I told you this idea recently? Hey, it's like Beretta, but he really likes caprese salads. Hey, Beretta, what are you eating? What the hell you think I'm eating?
It's Beretta. I get it now.
You never got it before?
I didn't quite get it. No.
I keep meaning to tell you, but I don't want to do it on the air. There's a French restaurant that I order from 5 times a week.
Yeah.
And it's so good. And I think you would enjoy it too. But then I do worry. I had a dish from there that wasn't as good as the other dishes. And I was like, I imagined you eating it.
Really?
And saying, oh, really? This is what you call... That's not you.
The scorn à l'orange.
That's a great name in general for French cooking. You remember the restaurant L'Orangerie?
Yeah.
And it's just it was such a stuffy restaurant, but such good food. And my brother like felt like he had been traveling, and he just kept falling asleep during the waiters. This is rich people stories. And we were eating our shrimp.
All right.
Rob's so tired because he just got back from Asia.
During between the fifth and sixth course, Rob nods off.
And I can't believe it. I say, Rob.
His butler had to nudge him.
I don't know why the butler goes on the road. Oh, I guess if you're rich, your butler would go on the road with you, right?
Yeah, for Heimlich maneuvers and stuff.
Why can't you say for my glam? I would have a glam squad.
A glam squad? Yeah, well, for sure.
See, that shows that you don't watch reality.
No, I had to contextualize it.
Really? Is that painful? Do you know that they have some chaff, that they have balm for that now? They have salve. Salve?
Yeah.
Come up with a funnier, come on, not balm, not salve, not ointment.
I think ointment beats balm and salve.
Maybe you should get some ointment. Look, remember the comedian guy, the urology thing? I said, I got that in the Navy. He goes, why is it always the Navy?
Yes, you did say that.
Okay, so I said it again. I can tell. Here's the thing. Here's you go. Was he angry that week? Yeah. I stuff it down. And
you have entirely the wrong concept. All right, let's put the thing you think I'm angry at you about. Let's talk about that.
No. It'll be too embarrassing at the end.
No.
I'll look like the guy with the strawberries.
No, speaking of rich people, problems.
Right.
So what did you email me at 3 this morning?
I can't do the show next week. I don't know if this is enough notice. Hello. Good morning. First of all, don't fucking tell me it was during the day on Friday. You had this going into Friday.
That's right.
I'm going to a resort. My brother's it's the first time we're leaving.
Yeah.
On a little private plane or something.
Yeah. Monday to Saturday.
Yeah, and all I could see was you. Oh, now I'm going to have to deal with him. He's going to say, oh, you didn't give me any notice. You didn't. He's going to start with that bullshit. And then I start to get resentful.
Right.
Why do we have to do a show every goddamn week? Who cares about our show? I haven't been on vacation in a long time. I shouldn't even be flying anywhere because I tell people I'm not doing any gigs. But I'm going here? Yes, because it's a rich people thing.
And then what do I say?
You haven't said anything yet, but I have imagined many, many things.
No, that's what I mean.
What do you mean?
I mean, what do you imagine me saying?
Oh, hey, fuckface. Give me, hello. Oh, hi. Yeah, I got your email at 3 a.m. about, gee, let me see if I do. Oh, maybe I will. Oh, yeah. Thanks for giving me 2 days notice to do an extra podcast. I'll get right on that. I'll let you know. I mean, the weekend looked pretty good, and I just am here at your service, Andy. You fucking brother of a rich fuck.
And then what do you say?
Then I say, I didn't know, and I was too emotionally upset to give you more notice. I've been dealing with so many things. I had a cystoscopy.
And you were going to give me the results of your urogram or whatever it's called.
Oh, okay. Yes, I did. You helped me very much. Well, do I have anything funny to say about it?
I don't know. It doesn't. That's. I'm not asking you to have your closer ready.
No, my Eurogram is good. They sent it to me by Eurogram.
Wow.
I couldn't believe this. I thought I had to pee. Next thing I know, there's a small little teletype coming out of my penis. And don't you ever dare go into that goddamn voice. I hate that character. I hate him. I hope he dies. I'm going to strangle Drew.
I died a long time ago.
And did you say to yourself, oh, At least I'm getting a little action during the cystoscopy. Is that what you said to yourself?
Just nice to be remembered.
Hey, thanks for warning me when someone stuck a thing down my. Thanks for. You made no comment. I noticed Droopy when he said he has a small camera. He has a small camera.
Good call. That's the right club.
Seriously though, there is. If you go to some discount urology places,
it's an SLR. They actually use an SLR.
I'm not kidding. Seriously though, they have a tiny person with a GoPro who climbs into your penis.
Yes.
How many times have I done that joke?
Hopefully just the once.
So he told me that he saw some irritation. He said he saw a cyst on my kidney, which you said is fine. No, I said, how does he know it's benign? And then you told me, which all of a sudden you leap with information. I ask you for information, you don't give me information. All of a sudden you said, no, they can tell on the CT scan, they can tell whether a cyst. We didn't say this whole thing, but they can tell the quality of the cyst.
No, I didn't say that, but yeah, they can tell that it's with a CT scan, they can tell the difference between a cyst and cancer.
Why did that make me laugh? So, in other words, a cyst, before cancer came along, a cyst was something that people didn't worry about that much.
Sure. I don't know if there was ever before cancer came along, but...
I know. In many ways, I blame myself for cancer.
But it was, that was, it's so common that that's why I was misdiagnosed by grandpa urologist. Oh, there's all sorts of things. You're a young man, all sorts of things you can, just lop it off.
Dearest Josh, I am here. I am writing to you from Paris.
I hope this letter finds you well.
I have sent a note to your safety deposit box. I hope you got it.
Your concerns about your kidney? Posh, tiffle, mummery.
It looks like nothing, but I wanted to let you know immediately by Pony Express. I wanted to let you know immediately so you can start to make plans for diagnosis that I myself don't understand.
Sincerely, Dr. Brandon DeJoy.
Wait, that's not his name, is it?
No, that's the...
Oh, that's the guy for the post office?
Yes, the bad postmaster.
You are a man of 4 names that you can pull.
And you're a man of half a joke.
Okay, so anyway.
So now next week's show, crammed.
What are we gonna do?
Crammed into Sunday morning, maybe?
Yeah, I could do it Sunday morning.
All right, that's what we got to do then.
Okay. I'll come up with a lot of topics.
All right. Should I get a guest for the second hour?
Oh, do you want me to get, yes, who should we get? Should I try to get, who should we get?
It'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise.
Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah. I mean, it probably won't be a big surprise.
You mean it's not going to be Elvis Costello or something?
Probably not, yeah. So private jet out of, Van Nuys.
Burbank.
Okay.
And somewhere in Utah.
Okay.
Yeah. And where you can see, it's like you're camping, but you're not really camping.
It's called glamping, Andy.
Yeah, I understood that, but I saw a picture of it, and I see a goddamn tent.
Yeah.
But why is a rich person taking me to a tented area?
Because it's COVID proof.
But why do people pay? What does that mean, glamping? It's camping with glam.
Yes, glamorous camping.
Glamping.
Yes.
Well, that's why they hate the rich.
Yeah, well, there's more than one reason. But a private jet to a campsite.
Right, and the thing about it is, I need the private jet because I'm not going on with anybody else.
In case your carbon footprint doesn't measure up during the week.
This is where you're wrong. This is where you're wrong. He uses a diesel, and he uses ethanol.
And there's a lot of peddling involved.
Right. And when I say peddling, I mean me peddling the same shtick I've been slinging around the country for the last. You know what I get every week? I should forward them to you. My emails from the Improv. Do you get them every week too?
No, they've cut me off. They started right after the thing. I got 1 or 2, and then I don't get them anymore.
Well, I'm sure they'll stop with me too because I'm not going down there.
Yeah.
They go, look, there's no pestilence here. That's what the last one was. Hey, come on down. There's a very high chance that the Delta variant has passed.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
We hear comedy wards it off.
Hey, I'll tell you how you get Andy Kindler to not go somewhere. Tell him he has to be funny.
You know what kills COVID? New material.
You know what hurts Andy's thing? Listen, preparing. Prepare when a friend says this, listening to it. I'm doing good today. I have to tell you, this is one of my best days.
Yeah.
Do you always do you have congestion like I do?
No,
I mean,
but I can definitely hear your congestion today.
Yeah, and I really feel bad about it, but I would have, there's nothing I can do about it.
No, I think there's an air quality issue here.
Oh. Whoa. Oh, here's another thing I want you to know, and I want everyone to know out there. I fixed my Nest thermostat. It took me 5 days.
Yeah.
In the old days, you had a thing that was on the wall, and my father used to sell these things. And it had like a little dial even sometimes.
Huh.
It was like a manual thing. Now, I can control my air from outside the home, which is of no use to me.
All right.
And if you leave the house,
other people can.
Don't scare me. Do not scare me. We already hit all the cameras. We had all these we had a camera to see if there's any intruders.
Yeah.
And they were like, what do we want people? They're going to look at us, right? That's all they want is to look at an old couple.
That's right.
Lumbering around the apartment. It's going to get to that point with Big Brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was just trying to deal with CCTV.
Uh-huh.
So you can't say, what's that going to be?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Oh, it's just random footage outside of, it's like a home video show, but it's just me commenting on people going in and out of buildings. What's that guy up to? It's like a Mystery Science Theater 3000.
There actually is a website, and I can look up what it is if you sound interested. That all it does is sort of randomly scroll through active webcams around the world.
Well, you're saying that it's built-in public domain material?
I'm not exactly sure how they do it, but it's literally just like basically security cameras, fixed security cameras around the world.
So it's just
and sometimes there's something on them happening. Sometimes it's just an empty, motionless room.
Hey, this is great. This is great. Hey, now I know what the inside of purgatory looks like. Hello? I guess that's not a good show. Did you tell me Jay Leno is now doing you told me, right?
I think we all told you.
You bet your life.
Yes.
Hey, here's something. Now here's something. Now where you now, now where are you from?
I'm from your hometown, Jay.
Where?
Boston.
Hey, somebody is in Boston there. Yeah. I know that guy. Yeah. You like Dunkin' Donuts? I can't even do his voice anymore. Have you watched it? You're not going to watch. See, that's where if I watched it, I deserve to be scolded by you and Susan and even people from I told you people from the festival would tell me, please less Jay Leno material the next year.
Yeah.
But now I can't even remember what his voice is like.
I think it's good.
Here's something. Yeah. Hey, the killer. Yeah, I love that guy. Yeah. He's mad at me because I don't touch my Tonight Show money, but in medical news,
you're getting it back a little bit.
Yeah, and what is it gonna? And when I get it back, what will that do?
It will put you firmly in the 90s, as in Amber.
Remember when you dated Amber?
I do.
And I kept saying to you, it's like you're suspended in Amber. Hey, remember I dated that woman, Amber, and I had sex with her, but I got stuck inside her?
Wow.
And you
Keep going. Yes,
You said-
and.
Now you see, this is a delightful relationship that I would not have wanted to lose when I went on strike in July.
Yeah, and now you're going again this week.
I just assumed. Part of my mind goes, "What the fuck is he going to say?" We would just, what the fuck does he care? Something like that. You got to build I don't do this anymore, but 20 years ago, I could build up a case against someone before they came to the phone. There's nothing they could do about it. Just waiting for them to fuck up. I guess I'm healthier now.
Yeah, I guess so.
What are you doing now? What are you thinking about now? You know what I've been thinking about? And this is a tribute to your descriptive powers. All I think of is the different moods of Clyde and Lucky. And I think I remember that Lucky is moodier in the mornings. Is that what you told me?
There was more of a food thing, but yeah.
And
Lucky is pickier, or, she can walk away from food in the morning, whereas Clyde can be indifferent at night.
And but you could have two dogs and they could, for their whole lives, fight over the food or that would iron itself out. But there could be dogs that are there are dogs that run to the food. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. There are.
And I just love it. And then there's people who make the argument that we don't know if these are personalities. They don't make those arguments anymore that dogs don't have personalities.
Yeah. I don't buy it if they make the argument.
It's such a terrible argument. It's like you're looking at another species that can wink, that goes, ah! Right? They at least go, whoa!
Yeah.
Well, and you're telling me they don't have any idea what's going on?
Yeah, no.
They like me to pet them?
A lot of their behavior is certainly conditioned or motivated by a dog Maslow hierarchy.
Yeah, even a dog can shake hands like the Warren Zevon show. Even I knew as a small child that dog probably is not indicative of higher functioning, that the dog is giving me the paw.
Right.
It's higher functioning than I can do.
Right. But when he gives you his business card.
You know what? Every time I hear that commercial, I think of how hard those people are working. No. So what are you here for? What are you here for? No, I'm a talking dog. Oh, okay. But what's the other problem? I'm itchy. I'm itchy all day.
Right.
And then he goes, well, how about this? And she goes, oh, it's good. But we didn't solve the talking dog part. It doesn't bother me. And I think of myself as trying to get that gig.
Yeah, but there's too much disdain in your voice. Next.
Right, because I hate that commercial.
Yeah.
And I hate that so why am I there in the audition there?
I don't know why you said yes to this audition.
Well, first of all, I tried to I tried to get a voiceover. I used to go to those stupid voiceover studios, but that I preferred to me in the closet, trying to crank out a thing of, and if you come down today to Lincoln Mercury Dealers in Encino.
Yeah, it was your read on Encino that lost you the game.
But isn't that interesting that me and you both, well, not me, but you, who do a lot of interesting voices, I guess you would you come off more sincere than me?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I can't see you saying, shop around and get a Nissan. Shop around and get the lowest price.
Here's me doing a commercial voiceover right here. From the creator and original stars of Mystery Science Theater 3000 comes Cinematic Titanic, live on stage at Playhouse Square. Come laugh along with the people that turned watching cheesy movies into an art form. Joel Hodgson, Trace Beaulieu, J. Elvis Weinstein, Mary Jo Pehl, and TV's Frank Conniff. Live and riffing Friday and Saturday, February 27th and 28th. A different movie each night. Tickets available at playhousesquare.com, or for more information, visit cinematictitanic.com.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. Could you play it again?
Sure.
See how I'm helping you?
Yeah,
You told me I'll help you with the editing.
No, you're never good.
Oh, Josh, why don't you let it go? That you just accept that I'm I'm a broadcaster. Remember I insisted on you calling me a broadcaster?
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm ready for the questions. I feel like we knocked it out of the park so far, but we don't have to go into the questions yet.
No, we're there.
It's time for questions.
What do you want to know?
We love your questions so much.
It's half our show. Half our show. Eastside 76
Yeah, that's it, baby.
says, why the fuck does everyone ask me to excuse my French?
That's interesting, but there's actually a reason for that, and there's a historical reason for that, because in the medieval period, French people, and I'm not saying there's something wrong with them, but they were horrible. They acted horribly throughout the medieval period as a group, and so if you had a French person in your house,
Anyone who's seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail can attest.
Oh, that joke's in there?
The French were very rude in that movie.
Huh? You just mumbled so that you could have me do a 5150 on me.
Yeah, Grandpa, I did.
All right. What do you have anything to add to my incredible, I came out of the chutes.
Yeah.
I came out of the chutes with both things blasting.
No, I mean, I'd say take that energy into the next question.
All right, baby. Pickles. I love pickles. And I love that someone who calls themselves Pickles spells out Pickles Sorrel. And I'm also surprised that Pickles Sorrel wasn't taken.
Are you really?
No. I'm watching a movie where Zac Efron and Heather Graham make whoopee. Ooh, that's a little bit much for our listeners. I'm watching a movie where Zac Efron and Heather Graham make whoopee in a grain elevator. Dennis Quaid plays his father. It's as good as you expect. What kind of mustard do you like? Ooh, he threw a Pickles. Well, it's not. Pickles is a woman, but we don't know if Pickles is a woman. We don't even know if Pickles was a woman.
Well, Pickles Sorrel was a woman, but that doesn't mean that this user is.
Right. I just realized Pickles Sorrel was a character, but I don't know who played her.
Look it up, people.
What movie is that? You don't know, right?
No, I don't.
I think it's as good as you expect. Jack Nicholson is in it. It was a follow-up to As Good as It Gets.
Yeah.
See how I do it? You better do this next one because I can't even understand. There's too much going on in the next one.
Jordy says Andy's Jets pennant story where he ruins the bathroom with markers is the best. But when he told it in Test Show 244, he skipped the part where everyone got punished because he lied about the crime. Clip attached from TS 129. Should we play it in the show?
Sure.
All right, I'll play it.
Okay, so here's what happened. They locked us all in our rooms, and they wouldn't let us out until the person who did it admitted it. So we were there for hours in our bedrooms because I was too scared to admit it.
All right.
Because the first thing I heard was, Who did this? Who did this? You're already life out of me. Okay. You know what I said? I didn't do it. Did not do it. Not me.
Right.
Okay. So 2 hours in, this was my favorite part of the story. Not then. My sister's the oldest. My brother's the second oldest.
Right.
They two come traipsing in like the mob.
Into your room?
Yeah.
Because they know it's you.
They know it's me.
Well, yeah, because it's not them.
Well, how could she know it wasn't Rob?
Because they're old enough to know what a liar is.
So they said, look, Andy.
We've got a life to lead.
I mean, it was almost like close the door behind them.
Right.
Brass knuckles.
Right.
We know we didn't do it.
Right.
We know you did it.
Right.
You just have to admit it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. So my mother got
Trumpian.
It's very Trumpian, but I was 8 years old, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, when you're nailed, you're nailed. I was trying to elide that information
Yeah.
to make myself look better. Because what's my excuse? How old was I? 4?
I think.
What was I, 7?
Maybe 10. I don't know.
10. Well, this is one of the problems I have with therapy, not with the concept of therapy, is that I cannot remember. And in fact, when I'm trying to remember all this trauma and I look at kids, all of a sudden, like a kid who's 10 years old, I don't remember any of that time period of my life. That is not, I do remember something, but I don't remember much. And you're pretty big then.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be crying because you got separated. That's not when it happened at Jones Beach, by the way, okay?
All right. I'll accept that.
I was much younger then.
Yeah.
Very disturbing. But no, I mean, I do believe that on your own show you can try to hide your information.
Fair enough.
Don't call me Boopsy. Don't call me Boopsy. Has Andy seen the 30 for 30 on the 86 Mets yet? As an at the time 10-year-old Mets fan, it is at the same time exhilarating and incredibly sad. Next week I'll tell you why you should hate Chris Jericho. Maybe, you know what? Can you cancel that? Because there's very few people I get along with, and I've worked with him, and he was very nice to me. And, well, is he going to be Hitler now? So I'll take a pass on that. I think that I will watch this 30 for 30, and I think probably the sad parts are like with Darryl Strawberry and people from that, and Dwight Gooden having trouble and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that is sad.
But it isn't amazing. Can you imagine if you're not a Boston Red Sox fan, if you're a Mets fan, and the ball goes through Billy Buckner's legs? And I'm not making fun of Billy Buckner, but I mean, like, I did not realize in 86 that there was a whole city that was depressed about it.
Yeah.
I did not care about the Boston Red Sox in 1986.
Yeah.
Or Roger Clemens. He turned out to be not as nice a guy as you claimed.
I know. I backed the wrong horse there.
Okay.
Ricky Fitz says, hey, Andy, you want to smoke out after the podcast? I got some good flour. You too, Josh.
How is that possible? What is he here?
Yes, he's right. He's on your balcony.
Ricky Fitz?
It's tight, but yes.
See how much better I am when I can see the questions? I don't know how we ever did it any other way. People say it's such an improvement. Can you imagine if we were a company and that's our only innovation? Oh, I'm so happy about me looking at the material part of the show. It's really a big thing. Yes, I would smoke out with Ricky Fitz if we were at a festival. I got a little sad because they did have Moon Tower. I'm glad I didn't go, but yeah. I didn't feel bad. I only felt bad. The only reason why I feel bad
is you sharing a pipe or a joint right now.
You don't see me? No, I don't. You mean smoking after the podcast?
No, I mean sharing a pipe with someone or a joint.
No pipes. No. I thought this was like a Zoom super high me type thing.
No,
not super high me.
No, I think it was more just something to type.
Yeah, Ricky, I'm telling you.
You're taking it a little too literally.
I'm mad.
Shiftless Element says, last episode you briefly mentioned Cedric the Entertainer. I've heard back in 2000, in an effort to capitalize on the massive success of the movie Gladiator, Andy briefly toured as Andy, Are You Not Entertained? Is that true?
I think this is great. And there's a picture from the Gladiator movie. Is that with what's his name?
Yeah, it's definitely with what's his name.
I can't. Let me think if I could get his name. If my
here's a hint.
Oh, he's played a beautiful mind. Cameron Crowe. Cameron.
No.
Cameron. It's something like Crow. It's like something with a C sound.
Uh-huh.
And he threw a telephone across the thing.
Uh-huh.
Russell Crowe. Thank you.
Correct.
Thank you. That's why I do so well on Family. You know, I wasn't on a show called Family Feud, but I was on a show called Family Food.
Huh?
It was just my mother telling us again how it was catch as catch can because she was too depressed to prepare a meal.
Survey says, "Aw."
Why do I find it? I love I want to tell you right now, I'm lying about this. I've totally resolved all of the issues with my mother, so this is all coming from love.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Okay. So you have a
All
very
right, cool.
hostile form of love, it sounds like.
Tough love. If she doesn't want to face what she did to me, she's going to die at some point.
Uh-huh. Someday.
But
I say, while there's still time, say what you need to say it to her.
Okay, look, this is the thing with her. And I'm still upset with it. And people say that I have rage problems. They fucking say I have rage problems? Why don't they kiss my... I'll break their neck in half. The next person who tells me...
This sounds almost like what happened when I called you volatile. Volatile? I'm volatile?
I love the... Boy, that's the sound of dripping hate in your voice. Not hate, but derision. Derision in your voice.
Hilarious. Hilarious tongue biting is really what I was feeling at the time.
All right. I'm moving on because I know how to do this. Wookie Talkie. Andy, are the Andes... This makes me laugh. I don't care. You can ask questions like this to the cows come home, and I'll laugh every time. Andy, are the Andes Mountains really yours? Absolutely. And I think that you're aware of my Kindler sports that I have up there.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's not the joke I should have gone for. What's the Kinder...
There's a
what is
Kinder
that
chocolate
candy?
bar now, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it looks bad.
It's the only bitter candy bar.
That guy in Canada did a nice thing, though, very funny, where he made up Kindler mints and he wrote, "They're not for everybody." I thought that was very funny.
Yeah.
Yes, it's 20 years ago. Yes, they turned into botulism tablets.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that old mints turned into botulism?
I did not know that.
You didn't know it, sir. This is my voice I'm going to do. The next time I do, Mr. Kindler, Mr. Weinstein. Mr. Weinstein, could you please enter my office? I have a new character to unveil. How are you, Mr. Weinstein? It's been many, many years since I've seen your
It's
good
like
face.
the old character doing ventriloquism.
Yes. And to what do I owe this visit today, Mr. Weinstein?
I don't have it in me. I just don't have it
I
in
don't
me.
either.
Yeah.
I did, though. I did have it in me.
Yeah,
That's why it's hard. It's hard to do a two-hander these days.
it is.
That's so disgusting.
It's a Zoom hander these days. Duckman says, I laughed out loud, quote, when I saw that Mark Maron's guest this week on his podcast was BJ Novak. I could hear Andy yelling, "Alexa, skip," from up here in Washington.
Well, also, Mark Maron has a famously doesn't he doesn't like BJ Novak. I think unless I'm mixing him up with somebody, or maybe I'm mixing him up with somebody. No, maybe he didn't have a thing with BJ Novak. Everyone did at one point.
Yeah.
You have to have a thing with him because he's a guy who came out here from Harvard, basically saying, "Hello, I came from Harvard. You assholes, idiots.
Yeah.
Move aside." He comes to town. Move aside. Did you not get the what part of I just got here from Harvard? Don't you understand?
Jason Parton says when it comes to both siding a slippery slope that's also potentially a Trojan horse for a straw man argument, which side do you fall on when playing devil's advocate for a hypothetical situation?
I literally love that question. I think that's a great question.
Yeah.
People are on fire today. Is it because you've expressed some hostility over the years? When people will kind of like phone it in,
Kind of dog it on this, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't have any patience for that, for people only giving 0.5%.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you hate
Yeah.
when somebody
I'd
else
rather you don't
drops the
show
ball.
up rather than show up halfway.
What is the point? If you're going to go on a vacation and you're going to tell the person the day before you go on the vacation, that's not giving them notice. That's kicking them in the balls.
If you don't tell me that you're going on vacation next week on a Friday, you better not show up on Monday.
I'm trying to see the kind of person who justifies the rudeness. Yeah. Hello, dear Josh. It's Friday. I'm leaving Monday. You didn't know about it till now. So fucking deal with it or don't deal with it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Right.
Why would that relationship have started? I don't see that relationship starting.
The only thing worse would have been a singing disrespectogram.
Hello, Josh. I'm leaving town. I'm not going to be able to do the podcast unless you do it Sunday early at my convenience. Andy Kindler, his new hit show, At His Convenience. He's a
Assface, the musical.
Andy Kindler. He's too self-absorbed. Did he do it? Did he show up at the restaurant for lunch? Not him. Too self-absorbed.
He's a black hole.
He's a black hole of love. Hey, if you want to see, hey, there's Andy's friends around the event horizon. They're just about to get sucked into the black hole of his neediness. I don't know why I'm doing it like a sportscaster DJ guy. Apparently, this guy thought taking out his penis and running around the bases saying, Mommy, I'm lonely, Mommy. And then sitting on, and taking and spitting on Steve Garvey's face. He thought that would make him a big man. But what did it make? But what do you think about it, Josh? Apparently not.
Anything but.
Oh, I thought it was apparently not.
I had to fix that. M. Ledsome.
I love M. Ledson. Do you know that M. Ledson cheers me up during my week when I see she'll post some person like a delightful older gentleman, and she goes, "Ooh, look how!" I mean, it's like taking a visit to England and you're in a horse-drawn carriage.
Wow.
Follow that.
Hey lads, I'm about to turn 40 on John Lennon's birthday. Any advice for living longer than he did? I already nailed the not being famous part. Glad to have you back, guys.
Em, thanks for being back. That's amazing. You know, my birthday's on the 16th. Your birthday is October 9th. And, if I had been you, I don't think I would have made it through the being on acid and the birthday and John Lennon getting killed and Howard Cosell telling me. I think that you're doing, it seems like you're well adjusted.
Wow. It's just, you've got the talk button set to random today, don't you?
Don't know what you mean.
Just
do you like brownies?
Yes.
Hey, Susan, I'm doing a show. No, come on in.
Time for timer. Well, happy birthday, Em.
Happy birthday, October 9th.
Yeah. We would have said it next week, but Andy won't be here.
Don't take it to her. Don't take this energy to her question. It's not nice.
Maybe he'll tweet you from Utah on your birthday.
There's no advice I can give you, because I'm already just so concerned about when I'm going to, like, I'm not exactly like this, but I do get up and say, if I told people I'm having 20 more good years, would that be like a lie? That kind of thing.
Yeah. Well,
I say I'm not scared, but I will be soon.
Well, you're 25 years older than Em Ledson.
That's really uncalled for. No, what is this, math 107?
25 years
old. Oh, that is just, it's really creepy. I'm sorry.
Then the big 40.
I'm sorry, Em. I'm sorry that you don't have friends your own age. That you have to hang around with bitter Andy.
I have no advice. Just stay healthy, Em. Get it.
That's true.
My big advice would be have a big dog and live on a boat, and you've already got those bases covered. So.
Oh yeah, the dog part. I'm closing in on a dog decision. Not yet. Eastside 76 is back. Is this the second time? This is pretty good. I feel blessed.
Yeah, go for it.
I find it's good to give thanks as if the recipient is on their deathbed. No offense. What? I appreciate you, Josh, and I appreciate you, Andy. I grew up a stand-up comedy nerd in the 80s and found MST3K in the early 90s. This podcast intersects two of my loves. Thank you. That is a wonderful... I'm going to like this
Yeah.
during the show.
Wow.
You can't stop me,
There's
can you?
There's no higher honor than that. Well, thank you, Eastside76. I do feel like I'm on my deathbed from that. And I like that you found MST3K after I left.
Right. Yeah, but it's like, isn't it? And people say your dreams can't.
That's when it was the most sticky after I was out of there.
I just want to say, they say your dreams can't come true. And look at this. What are the odds that he would have liked MST3K, comedy nerd, and now it's like we're in his home and he's the official Mexican. I mean, this is not just, this is happening.
That's
people.
right. That's right.
This is not like a tight circle back in the old days.
No.
This is a big thing that's going on.
Mississippi Don
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
says, what jobs will Josh and Andy quit for the Great Resignation? FYI, I'm open to work on LinkedIn. Anyone need an instructional technology specialist in Athens, Georgia or Asheville, North Carolina? I work as cheap as Andy's jokes. Love the show.
Wait. This is a new.
Did someone? I think he just
charge.
I think he just did a job posting on ThoughtSparrow.
But this is a new alleging now. No one's ever said that my jokes are cheap. I thought that my jokes, I would prefer to call them unfunny.
Sad is really what I otherwise used. Yeah.
Is there still something I don't understand about the Great Resignation? Is this a thing that happened in one of our shows?
No, this is something that's happening in think pieces about the workforce.
And what can you give me a little brief?
I think it's people when faced with a pause away from their shitty ass jobs, people realize that they didn't really actually want to spend their life in shitty ass jobs, so they're slow to return to the shitty ass jobs.
And that's when the Republicans
many are saying they aren't going to return to their shitty ass jobs. They're going to look for a different, hopefully non-shitty ass job.
I think this sounds positive.
It might be
a great resignation.
It might be, unless you run something that is predicated on employing people for shitty ass jobs.
Right.
In which case you're having trouble finding people.
And that's what worries me.
Well, no, it's actually good because it's making them raise the wages for these shitty ass jobs in order to bring people in.
Absolutely. Can I brag to you that I spent, and I'm going to brag to you, so there's no stopping me now. I spent a half hour talking to one of my heroes, Reverend William Barber, yesterday on the phone.
Wow.
I was thrilled.
Yeah. Was he mad that you lied about the Make-A-Wish thing?
He was a little steamed about it still.
Yeah.
He keeps saying, this money was raised on false pretense. I said, whoa. Easy, Reverend. Take a chill pill. I can't go.
Did you call him Rev?
No, I did call him Reverend, though, and I looked up to see if I should call him Rev. I was like, I can't call him Reverend Doctor.
All right.
He was very sweet. I love that guy.
Yeah.
I love him.
And okay, I guess I'll bite. What was the context for this conversation?
He is next June wants to do some kind of like big event that, but people from their homes. He just wants to get people involved in that type of thing, but he didn't have anything specific. But
and he's talking to you.
What was that?
And he was talking to you about it?
Well, he wanted to get some big names. I don't know what the whole thing was.
It's called Blacks and Hacks.
Now, Andy, we'd like. That is it. It wasn't called Black, but he did call them Jews and Jew. Oh, I can't come up with it. Oh, but I was so thrilled. I had to sit by my phone because they said his assistant says that I called between this time and this time.
Yeah.
And I just I sat there with the headset in my ears.
I've been sitting here. I was going to faint because I didn't want to eat because my mouth would be full in case the Reverend called.
And then the Reverend calls. I just want to say to you, Reverend Barber, I like what you do. I am a big fan.
Greg Kelly says, does James Mason play fantasy football? No, I play fantasy cricket, actually.
Ooh, nice.
Who is he starting this week? which two of these receivers should I start? James Scott, Ricky Watts, or Robin Earl?
I don't know, James. Take it away.
Well, my first rule of fantasy football is never draft players with two first names. So James Scott and Robin Earl are out the window right away. Ricky Watts it is, I say.
You know what I love about James? It's like no matter when he comes, he's just always get the feeling he's in some kind of a dinner jacket and he's ready to go.
I'm always dressed for the occasion. That's part of my charm.
Yeah, and I think I'm done. I'm done.
All right.
Steve Wright says, I've been known to shoot up I-35 from Des Moines to Minnesota, ostensibly for better hiking trails. The real reason is to eat punch pizza and pastries from the baker's wife. What treat that others aren't particularly fans of would you guys travel for? Whoa.
I am not a food excursion guy, I have to say, which is weird considering that I'm a fat guy who absolutely loves food. There's not that much effort I'm willing to make for food because I find even the things I love, it's very fleeting. I don't take the experience away with me for very long.
Right. And I would say that when I go, I had, in the old days, I had the best of all worlds. I go to the town and then, you could go to eat your spots because, doing something during the day, but I wouldn't travel to Minneapolis. Although I love that. What's that pizza that I really love there?
I can't remember what it's called.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
But yes. And when I went to somewhere, Pat Hazel took me to
Is that Austin?
barbecue.
That must have been Austin.
Yes, like an hour outside.
Yeah.
But I still
Did he
felt
take you to Franklin barbecue? Is that?
No, he took me to one that was, I don't even remember the name, but it really was great.
Yeah.
But I would never go there on my own, and Pat Hazel wasn't driving.
Steve Wright also says, unrelated to my previous tweet about pizza and sweets, I've also got the type 2 diabetes. Nobody sings a song for me about it, though. Just saying.
He's got it.
I don't know if it's good karma. I don't know if it's good karma to have a theme song about my disease.
That ship has sailed.
Okay, it's a sting anyway. It's not a theme song.
That's right. Stephen Elton Yates says, do either of you watch NFL Red Zone? It's my favorite way to watch football, commercial free. They cut to any red zone opportunity, lots of action. I love the game, but it's those
Commercials that get me.
Josh cue the sting. Wow.
Well, he didn't say what he didn't love about the game. He says, I love the game, but it seems like he was going to then go into things he didn't like. Is he saying he loves the game, but he doesn't? Is it a reference to commercials? I'm such a funny fella. I like to play the dummy guy.
Read the next one.
The dummy guy?
Read the next one, dummy guy.
Oh, this is unbelievable. This is going to be, you could be banned from the question area for 3 questions. Steve Wright, I'm going to become one of those multi-question asking guys, I think. I swear Josh said something on the pod about coming to Acme soon for some kind of anniversary. I see nothing on the Acme site. Was this from one of my strange but ultimately boring dreams? No, it was not. And here to tell you more about it is my podcast partner, Josh Elvis Weinstein.
Why, yes, I think it's true. I wasn't just bullshitting you. It's an actual gig, although I noticed they hadn't posted it on the Acme website. It's November 6th. I will be there. Saturday night, I'm in the first show of 2.
Oh, that's the notice you give me?
I believe
it's it.
Yeah, I do. It's a 7:00 show, I believe I'm on. So yeah, November 6th, I'll be at Acme Comedy Club. Anyone in the Twin Cities or within driving distance.
Is my brother flying you up there on his private plane?
Wow, that's the most obnoxious thing you've ever said.
I'm just asking. My brother has money in a private plane. Uh-huh. Has he invited you to do things?
Does your brother actually own a private plane? Or is
no,
he just
nobody does.
A frequent user.
Yeah, nobody. He says nobody does. Unless, I guess somebody does, like
some
Trump
do.
maybe.
Yeah, some
do, but not him.
Is he a NetJet guy, or what does he do? Is he timeshare?
His fractional ownership.
Yeah, all right.
fraction. And you know what? I keep meaning to tell you this. There is a commercial on the air for what is they're saying. They're not saying it's a timeshare, but they have another way of saying you share something. It's like a vacation share type thing. And I couldn't believe it. Hot off the presses.
There you go.
We were ahead of our time. Not with fiddling horse movies.
Sure we were.
I mean, not with horse movies and not with fiddling. But in terms of this particular angle on it.
Seth the Third says, how do you prepare rutabaga? Well,
I can't answer this, Josh,
Seth,
but you could.
I either use it in a braise, which means it's getting basically essentially boiled in flavorful liquid.
You're a liar. You don't know.
And I've used it in soup.
What is a rutabaga?
A rutabaga is a root vegetable.
And is it something that looks very long?
No.
Almost like a carrot?
No, it's round, essentially. It's bulbish, I would say.
Right.
And it has a sort of tan, orangish skin with a purple collar, almost.
Is it like a shallot?
No. It's more like a beet or a turnip. Although a turnip is more carrot shaped.
Did you hear my parody song about beets? Turn the beets around. Why don't you put some balsamic on it?
No, I haven't heard that. You should email me that.
Come on. I'm so funny.
Nerf in Texas says, now that it's getting dark earlier, are you going to bed earlier? Are you waking up earlier? What's for breakfast? Do you think about breakfast while trying to sleep? Love you, fellas. Nerf in Texas.
Well, no, I think it's Neff.
Oh, Neff. Sorry. It is Neff.
Neff? You know what?
I didn't mean to go soft on you. With Nerf.
I got that joke. I just got it now.
That's fantastic.
It's good. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. How long did it take to me to get? Neff, here's the thing. I talked about this earlier in an earlier show. I don't know if it was this podcast. I do so many. But I talked about the fact that all of a sudden it was 8 o'clock sunset, and now it's down already to 6:15. It's unbelievable, the seasons. It's just crazy.
And yes, Andy's going to bed at 4 a.m. instead of 5 a.m. now.
No. Yes, I still couldn't get to sleep after that 3 o'clock. He's going to be mad at me. That made me sad for little Andy. Pathetic. Lately, I've been thinking that it's not sad, my life. It's more pathetic. Okay, I got the next one coming.
All right.
You ready?
Sure.
Julian Valentich.
Sure.
I hope I'm pronouncing it. Julian.
I've been using Valentich, but I think yours might even be right.
Okay, we'll see. Julian Valentich or Valentich. With the Many Saints of Newark set to drop, wondering where you both stand on The Sopranos. Relatedly, either of you ever come across any connected guys in showbiz? I have not. Peripherally, I met someone at a corporate gig, and he was supposedly had been in the thing, and I was nervous about it.
Yeah.
But I love that. I think we've talked about the fact that I think it's might be my favorite show of all time, if you call it a TV show.
Why wouldn't you call it a TV show?
Because it kind of fits that time period where that was movie. TV is like movies now.
No, it was still a TV show.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you might have bought the whole HBO thing, but
I don't think you understand the sophisticated nature of my comedy.
I think it was HBO who first said,
"Oh, it's not TV."
It's not TV. It's not entertaining. It's Bill Maher.
That's right.
It's a middle-aged racist guy. He's not racist, but he's a bigot.
I'm very pro Sopranos. Love the Sopranos. I think it might actually be the last show that Allison and I used to watch together. Those days are over.
And Susan and I did too. We watched that show together, although we had missed the first 2 years. We had to watch that on DVD, and then we caught up.
Yeah. Great show. I've never gone back and rewatched it. I don't know that I will, just because there's so much I haven't watched the first time, but
I love the opening. I think I remember the opening. I think he's in therapy. He's mid-therapy session.
The opening of the
Pilot. Sopranos.
Like the cold open?
I think so. I don't know, Josh. I tried to went for it, and I don't know if I can.
I don't.
Yeah. I used to also hang out at the Poke Stove.
No?
The pork stove.
With the gabagool? Did you get the gabagool?
Hey, gabaga.
Cody the Sloth says, please forward this business proposal to the young entrepreneurs at Preschool Shark Tank. This product is one really big Pringle. I'm talking huge. Like a salt and vinegar horse saddle. Best regards.
It's a giant Pringle, but it doesn't come in a can. It comes in a suitcase. A specially designed suitcase for the giant Pringle.
Doesn't sound commercial to me, young man. Doesn't sound commercial.
And I will give you 20% of the company for $400 million. I'll look for your answer after this break on Preschool Shark Tank.
Is the concept of Pringle supposed to be that guy is Mr. Pringle?
Well, I suppose in the sense that Mr. Peanut is also Mr. Peanut.
True. Good point. Good point.
No one says he's making them.
No. It's a distinction without a difference. You said the quiet part out loud. Wait, what? Shingles does what? Chaotic Neutral says, hey guys, so I found out my stepdad is taking Prevagen, and I'm pretty sure it just tricks people into believing their memory is better. He tried to order leaf filters the other day. Turns out he got them installed 5 months ago. Hard to believe he supported Trump. Boom! That is the best takedown of your stepdad I've ever seen. I'm just
glad he's off the ladder, frankly.
Now, how many people here are still getting on ladders? I am.
Dad!
Why?
You dumb lying son of a bitch.
Hey, stop yelling at me because I'm old. What's that? Was like Jonathan Winters? And I'm old. I'm Maud Brickert.
Dana Schwartz says, I'd like to be the first to publicly congratulate Andy for successfully completing diabetes level 2. I know he put a lot of work into it, and that it consumed most of his free time. He can count on me to support him all the way to the top. I told you I was in World Market or somewhere. I was like, I used to go down these candy aisles, and my only problem was, what should I choose? Right.
I never thought of. Hey, Andy, maybe you should cut back on the candy? Shut up, voice in the head. You're wrong about so many other things.
Dan Marsh says, hey guys, apart from parents, who were your role models or inspirations growing up?
Parents? My parents were not my inspiration. Well, my daddy was. The Beatles, I think.
Yeah.
JFK before he got shot.
Belushi was a big one. A big early one for me. Your JFK until he got shot joke reminded me of Chris Bliss's thing of wanted to be JFK, and then he got shot, and then suddenly vice president looked like it better.
That joke still works.
Yeah. Case in point. Richard Cole says, does James Mason prefer wearing a bow tie, a regular tie, cravat, or open collar? Do angels in heaven serve Thunderbird wine?
I'm going to take a guess.
Oh, yes. Please do.
Yes. I believe that you would wear a cravat just because you'd make a meal out of the word.
You know what my favorite tie is? It's whatever's appropriate for the situation.
Wow. What do you, hints from Heloise all of a sudden?
It can be an ascot, it can be a bow tie. It doesn't matter if that's what's supposed to be worn.
Hey, if you're ascots...
There are rules for this sort of thing.
You know, you are more into being James Mason than you are into being Josh.
Well, wouldn't you be?
It's true. I wish we could. In 1 second, I would be one of those people like Madonna who starts talking like
I would much rather be dead James Mason than live J. Elvis Weinstein any day.
Now that's not fair. I'm going to push back on that.
Push back all you want.
And finally, do you say and finally when you come to the final letter?
Sure.
And finally, Sue Veed says, I'm thinking of starting a podcast where people come on and discuss their favorite song by the talented actress that played Moesha on the popular show. Any recommendations on a title? I haven't. Don't go eponymous on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would call it That Lady.
Yeah.
I don't even really get this joke. Is it the joke you call the show Moesha?
No, there's something with Brandy involved. In the seal say Brandy, you're a fine girl.
Such a fine
what a good wife you would be.
You would be. Here's my impression of a lazy backup singer. Such a fine you'd be. What did he say? You would be. That was a bad. I shouldn't even say. Here's my impression if it's not going to come.
No, it makes things.
No.
It makes things hard to edit. That's for sure.
Yes. I'm such a. You know what? This was a delight. Is that the last, or do you have letters you'd like to read now?
No, I'd like to just get to the end.
Don't forget to get our DVDs. Don't forget to buy our coffee.
Yeah, that all rings a little hollow as you're getting on your private fucking jet.
Hummingbird, don't fly away, oh hummingbird.